We haven't recorded in a couple months, right? Test.
A couple months.
Okay, maybe like
It's been a couple
maybe
months.
like a month.
Yeah.
Test.
Test.
So, Katie, we've officially been launching podcasts for a year. Isn't that crazy?
That is insane.
Thousands of streams.
Millions of listeners.
How would it go that far? We've covered so many topics.
So many diverse, scientific, geographical.
I don't know about scientific.
Soil.
What?
Based conversations. No, we've talked a lot about love and dating, and I think that our listeners have enjoyed that.
Even more, though, we've talked about friends, family, career, sex, social media, traveling.
Yes.
So much, really.
No, we have. And I mean, I remember when we first started
Yeah.
this, we spoke about wanting to have like a diverse portfolio.
Yeah.
Showing that we could talk about more than just like love and dating and
Which
sex and relationships.
We like talking about.
But yeah, I think that's why it naturally gravitated where it did, because yeah, we can talk about like millennials and, you know, where we're financially at in comparison to, you know, generations before us,
Yeah.
or what it means to move out as a millennial or travel as a millennial. But naturally, we enjoy discussing more about love and relationships, and our listeners enjoy listening to that more.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful for all the listeners. I got a couple messages.
Me too. I got so many more.
I got some messages of people like screenshotting their Spotify Wrapped, and for podcasts, like we were the top for a bunch of people for their podcast, like their top listened to on Spotify, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, our grandmas and moms are so supportive.
So thank you.
Yeah. No, it's been a great year. It
has.
It's been a long year.
A long year. Are you saying that you're getting tired of me?
No, I mean just like looking back at all the times that we've sat down and discussed and recorded and launched and listened, and I don't know, it's just been very cool.
Well, also the phases that we've gone through, right? Like we went from all of these different things about, like, you know, me going not in school, into school, into an internship, and then into a job. And then like even recently with your life, like at the start, you were starting a brand new relationship, which you've now been in, and that's progressed so much since we started the podcast.
True that.
You know, your work at your current work, and then also your new work, which I'm hoping that you're going to tell our listeners about. That's super exciting.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
There is some hopefully exciting things in the work. But I also,
so much has changed.
I don't even know why my mind goes here right now, but I remember maybe because you did you recorded a little bit of this one, like video. And we were sitting on my bed in Toronto when I had the apartment, and my little cat Lucy is walking across your keyboard.
Yes.
May he rest in peace.
Oh, well, you don't know that he's dead.
Well, I mean, he's probably dead. Haven't seen him since like July.
Yeah, but the way that he showed up, though, was that he was a wild cat from you don't know where. I personally think that he went back to wherever he originally came from.
The barn that Jeff works in all the time.
Well, you don't know that he was born in the barn.
I think he probably got eaten by a coyote, which is fine. Let's not harp on Lucy.
Katie.
I'm just saying, I just remember that video of you being like, no, kitty cat. And then you used to never want him to be in the room because you were kind of allergic.
I was allergic.
Yeah.
Kind of allergic. Thanks, Katie.
I was allergic. You're drinking my water.
Katie gave me the water because she said that she didn't want to drink out of a plastic water bottle, and so she gave it to me. And I think now she's
thirsty.
Well, I mean, I'm always thirsty. I don't know about you.
But yeah, no. So it's been a great year. Do you regret anything that you said, or any episodes that we did, or topics we covered?
Well, in general, I try not to really regret things, but if like would I have done anything differently? Excuse me.
Maybe that.
Maybe cut that out. No. I think it was awesome the way that we did it, and the fact that we went weekly for like I think more than half a year.
Definitely.
While like you were working full time and I was in school full time and working part time.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that we accomplished that. I'm really proud of us for that, and I think bi-weekly works better for everyone. Like I think our listeners appreciate it too because they're not always catching up. Because when it's weekly, you may not always have time to listen to a weekly podcast.
Yeah, and I mean, we're busy, right? Like us millennials and people younger or older that listen. Like we are busy. You know, we have lives. Sorry, Ryan. We have lives and we have, I kicked him really hard by accident. No, but we have lives and we have responsibilities and we have, you know, a lot going on. So I think that bi-weekly works best for everyone.
Would you have done anything differently?
No, I don't think so. Like in ways, I almost want to say the opposite. In ways, I wish I maybe shared more about certain things, but then in ways, I could also say I wish I shared less. Oh. So I think that if you put those two together, I think I shared the right amount.
So there are things that you wish you shared less about? Relationship?
Not like particular things. No? Just maybe like, maybe I shouldn't have been so candid about that. But nothing specific that
I wish you were even more candid. Because you have some crazy stories.
You just want to know everything.
I want to know everything. But maybe I just think you have crazy stories. Maybe you don't actually.
No, I do. But like, nothing that keeps me up at night or anything. Like, oh man, I really shouldn't have said that or spoken about this. But I think, I maybe could have been a bit more vocal or should have reeled it in a bit here. Really? That I think it kind of evens itself out. And so, no, I'm happy with it. It's weird to think like we were in 2018 when we
and now it's
started
2020.
This, and now it's
2020. Crazy. And we were both like going through, I feel like so much at that time where like we both just needed this as a creative outlet. And I'm so glad that we have this. Like I almost consider this like a journal in a way. Because I can listen back and like we've both gone through so much. And
that's so true. Oh, it's been a wild ride. I hope you guys have all listened to it. And I mean, obviously you've listened to it, but I hope you've loved it.
This sounds so sad.
Why do you always like to sing that kind of music? It's
what kind of music?
No, it's like what I was thinking was Titanic. No, there's no Nasinata. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, so we decided a couple things.
So we decided that we're going to put the podcast on hold for now. I know, don't cry too hard. We're putting it on hold. We're going to put it on pause. We're going to take a little bit of a break. And it's mostly because of scheduling, to be honest. I'm starting up a new full-time job and Katie's starting up a new full-time job. And our hours just don't really align for what we would want to do with the podcast. We have lots of ideas of what we want to do with the podcast moving forward. So hopefully we do have time to start recording again because we absolutely love doing this. And, maybe we'll release a podcast every month. Maybe it'll be every 6 months. Maybe it will be bi-weekly again. We're not quite sure, but we just need to take a little bit of a break to regroup. And then hopefully we'll find some, mutually convenient time for both of us, both Katie and I, to record the podcast and be able to have guests because that's something that we want to do moving forward. We want to be able to have more guests on the show. We want to really focus on our curiosity as co-hosts and talk to experts in different fields that understand different things that we're maybe curious about. But we're going to keep the name the same.
Exactly. We are still going to keep Is This Adulthood, Is This Adulthood, whatever way you pronounce it. We're still keeping that awesome title that we feel so committed and close to. But our content may be shifting a little bit.
With almost 40 episodes. Sorry. I love how Katie always makes fun of me and laughs when I make a mistake. Like, I just cut out her mistakes later in editing for the most part, but when I make a mistake, she laughs every time.
It's so funny.
Or imitates me with the mistake.
40 episodes? Go ahead, Rob.
I just feel as though with almost 40 episodes in and a year of us doing the podcast, we've covered pretty much everything.
Not everything,
but
we've covered a lot.
Most things, I would say, that are on the mind of many millennials because we're friends with millennials. We are millennials. We've discussed it. We've got episode ideas. We've talked about things that are on our mind. Like I said earlier, sex, love, dating, careers, friendships,
traveling,
family,
financing, moving out,
social media, moving out, like
long-term relationships,
long-distance relationships. We've covered it all. I mean, well, most things. So,
and we also did talk about it. It was like if we really wanted to, we could definitely have a few more episodes at least.
But at the same time, we don't want to be doing more and more episodes but repeating ourselves. Like, that's just a disservice to everyone. So that's why we're thinking about taking a little bit of a break, having a bit of a refresher. And if and when we do decide to come back, we want to be able to come back with fresh new topics, guests, and kind of focus on a different style of podcast in a way. I mean, it's still going to be us, but at the same time, we want to focus on things that we're curious about.
Things that we want to learn more about, and things that we know you want to learn more about, because you've maybe...
What are some of those things?
Well, you keep bringing up BSW or...
No, BSW, what's that? No, BDSM.
BDSM.
I think it'd be interesting to talk to someone about that world.
It would be. I am interested in learning more about, like, the plastic surgery world.
Yeah.
Whether that be, like, under the knife or a lot of, kind of non-invasive cosmetic...
Like Botox, lip injections. Yeah. So we definitely want to focus more on bringing cool guests in, interesting people that we're curious about their story or what they do, and... That's definitely the route that we would like to go. It's just right now the timing isn't working out. But I think the best thing to do would be just to make sure to follow us on social media. And we'll be sure to update you if and when we come back with some cool new things that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, there aren't really too many boundaries, Mm-hmm. Let's not... feel so kind of kept to one type of conversation.
We talked about so much, and we realized that that's what it comes down to, is we're curious people, and we want to share our curiosity with the world, because you may also be curious about some of these things, and you can learn more. Let us know what you think. Feel free to DM us on Instagram at Is This Adulthood, or on Twitter at ITA_podcast.
Or at 01 Katie Jones on Twitter, or at KTEE Jones on Instagram.
And you can always also follow me at Ryan Durgy, RyanDurgy.
So bring on 2020 to our committed and loyal listeners. It's been a great year.
Yeah.
A little over a year, but a year of... launching.
A year since launch, but yeah, you're right. We were like recording episodes, I think, the November before.
Exactly. Wow. So thank you so much to everyone that stayed with us.
Hopefully this isn't the last that you'll hear from us, because we love doing this as much as you love listening.
May all your dreams flourish in 2020.
And hopefully we'll find some time to churn out some new and exciting episodes for all of you. Thanks for all the support over the last year. We love you lots, and stay tuned. Have a great 2020. Bye.
Bye.